Peace. This is just another lesson from The Art of War, chapter 6, verse 31. For those who are serious strategists, those who are serious investigators, as it pertains to understanding who you are and what you are not, I recommend The Art of War by Sun Tzu. A lot of people who read The Art of War didn't have a clue that the military strategy of the art of war comes from the teachings or philosophy of Lao Tzu. So it is Taoism in a military perspective, which is, confusing because Taoism is about peace and resistance. But anyway, chapter 6, verse 31 says, water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. The soldier works out his victory in relation to the opponent whom he is facing. We know that water is shapeless. It has no form, yet it can take the form of anything. In military strategy, first you have to observe your opponent and see his strengths and weaknesses as best you can, and formulate strategies based upon your understanding of the opponent you are facing. And that's a reflection of our inner state. I'm speaking for myself. Me at one time had a lot of different forms instead of being inwardly formless, so that I could observe particular situations so that I could respond accordingly. But I had too many forms, from training, getting the wrong type of training, from dealing with the wrong individuals, getting wrong advice, seeing other individuals handle things inappropriately, and I picked up their habits because we are a product of our conditioning, at least who we think we are. But this verse, means we have to be able to. A military friend of mine told me the way he expressed that verse, he said, adapt, strategize, and overcome. In order to adapt, you have to change. If you have a fixed stance, a fixed point of view, you can't change. So you can't properly observe your opponent based on your fixed point of views. So we have to be open to becoming formless so that we can understand these forms. Because even the form hints at formlessness. Because those things which have form originated from formlessness. So we must begin to work out our victory in relation to the opponent whom we are facing. So I'm facing myself. I have no outward opponents. So I have to develop certain observation skills apart from my own feelings, my pleasures and displeasures, being able to observe things within myself from a non-judgmental and from a non-judgmental factor. So, the art of war can be used to teach you how to get over, on the next person, or how to injure someone. Or you can use it to gain insight in everyday people who can be your opponents. Or you can gain insight from yourself. I use the book to gauge my inner perspective. So for those, who are on that journey, this is not judgment. You go any way you want to go, deal how you want to deal. But for those who want something better than what's going on, I would advise, or encourage you to acquire The Art of War and begin to study that book and then study yourself. Peace.